The strategy that I chose is called Guess the Word, Draw the Word. And I picked this strategy because it's a very fun, interactive way to teach vocabulary. And I haven't seen a vocabulary lesson like this before. I thought it was fun and I learned a lot of new things. And what I really like is the students don't need to be able to write out a long definition. They don't have to write out sentences. For the strategy, they just either write one single word or they draw a picture, which is good for students, both ELL students and students where English is their native language, because they're not so stressed. They don't have to worry about how to write the sentence. They can just more focus on what they're learning and not the actual task of writing out the definitions or coming up with definitions and memorizing a certain definition to go with that word. And so that's why I thought this strategy was really neat. And so to do it, you'd have flashcards that on one side has the vocabulary word and the other side has the picture that matches the vocabulary word. And so for this lesson, I went with second grade English, second grade language arts. And so I'd start with showing them the flashcard with a picture on it. And underneath the video, I have an attachment of the flashcard that I would use. But the first picture is of two kids. One is playing the guitar really loud, and the other one has their hands over their ears with a mad look on their face. And so I'd have, in the classroom, I'd have students use their whiteboards, but over distance learning, I'd have them use a notebook to write it in, and I'd have them write what they think the vocabulary word is that matches that picture. And I give them a few minutes, and with online learning, I'd have them raise their hand when they have an answer, and after the majority of the hands are up, I'll turn the flashcard over so they can see the answer, which the word would be annoy. And so then I'd call in students and have a discussion about, well, what in the picture connected to the vocabulary word? What showed the vocabulary word? What were the features? Why did you think of that word? And we discuss about that. And then I'd keep doing that until we got about halfway through the vocabulary cards. And this is what's really nice, because then we switch it up, which I think is fun for the students. It helps keep them more engaged. And this next part's really fun. They get to be creative. So now, instead of showing them a picture and they coming up with a vocabulary word, I show them the vocabulary word and they have to draw a picture that represents it. And so I'd show them the word investigate, and they have a few minutes to draw in their writing notebooks what a picture of investigate would look like. And then after everyone has a picture, we take turns showing everyone their investigate picture. We talk about it, like, why did you draw that? How does that represent the vocabulary word? And we do that. We do the same thing with the word stormy, and we just continue to do that till the vocabulary words were done. At the end, they'll go through and decide what they want to draw for each picture to represent, if it's their own idea or if it was an idea they saw from the classroom, and they will go in and write it in their notebook under their individual vocabulary word wall. They'll write the word and draw the picture, so then they can go through and look, oh yeah, here's the picture, this is what it looks like. And I think drawing the picture is a great way to see they know what it is without having to know the long definition, which is great. And it's a fun, interactive way for them to learn vocabulary. And I use this for English, but I think it would also be great to learn for the other content areas, like use the vocabulary words that you're learning for science or for math to represent it. And then having them be able to come up with the pictures will help them have a better understanding of the word, because they'll have to know, oh, this represents this. And pictures are a lot easier to remember, at least for me, than definitions are. So I think this would be a great lesson to use.